Personally, for me, I've been into makeup and hair most of my life. I got it from my mom. I think it was always a way of expressing myself and also feeling normal.
I grew up in South Central Los Angeles, and Watts. Police were always there. It seemed like sirens and helicopters were lullabies at night.
To reiterate, the law is that social workers or probation officers talk to youth about their rights at placement, replacement, and every 6 months. Really, the best practice is to have those conversations monthly.
It takes a village. When a child comes into the system, that child has a social worker, that child has an attorney, that child has a judge, they may have a CASA, all of those things. And everybody needs to work together to focus on what that child needs.
If I would known about it while I was younger, I definitely took more position to have more advocacy for myself, not knowing that you could pick a medical provider and you can make sure you know where you're going and the medicine that you're being given, having more information about that. It was something that I would like to have known when I was a kid, and just letting the youth know that now today is a big part, because I know over medication is also a big thing that goes on with foster youth. And it was kind of a scary thing for me growing up and not knowing, if I act out or say a certain thing, I have no choice in the matter of what's going to happen to me, or I might just get sent back somewhere else.
I myself did not know that it was mandatory by the law for folks to mention it every 6 months, right? That's news to me, because when I was in the system, it was never mentioned.
I started at 5 and I was on a bunch of different medications, and I didn't get off of medication till 21. But I have, as you said, I had so many different psychiatrists, right? And based on the developmental of where I was at, so when I was 15, 16, they're like, oh, you have bipolar disorder, so we're gonna put you on the Tdap. They were like, we don't know what's wrong with you. So I was on Abilify, Latuda, Lexapro, Buspirone. I was in and out of the hospital trying to figure out. I was like, I don't understand what's going on. I don't want to have to take medication.
I noticed that our youth that are in the system aren't working at a younger age, where that's where they should be. I work with over 1,300 foster youth in my program, and half of them are young ladies. Not one of them have been through Girl Scouts. That's where it really starts off as a young kid, getting some work done, As me, I grew up in the system too, but before I went into the system, I worked selling flowers and stuff like that as a little kid. And that's where you start to pick up some good habits as far as workforce development. But now they keep our youth sheltered and locked down, where they don't have the opportunity at a younger age.